You're live. Okay. What's up, everybody out there? I think I'm live now. I hit the go live button. So it's super hot. Let me know if anybody can hear me. I just hooked up this new microphone, so I just want to make sure it works. Make sure I don't got to hook up to a different one, or if it's too loud. I also have my swamp cooler on, so if there's a lot of noise, I can turn that off, but it's really, really hot. It's like 92 degrees in here right now, so I wore a dark shirt, so you couldn't see how much I'm going to sweat. Oh, good. Sounds good. Cool. Well, I'm excited. I'll give you everybody a little tour. I want to thank Carl and Jamie, first of all, for letting me participate in this. I'm super excited. And also thank Carl for putting me on the vMix, and so I got all kinds of different stuff set up here. We're on the first camera. Let's switch to the... Ooh, there's the second one. So I'll probably have to adjust these a little bit. But there's that camera. And then we got ourselves the overhead view. I can probably adjust this one a little bit too. Look at that. Maybe you want yourself a little bit of picture-in-picture. How about that? We got that too. So yeah, this is super fun. It's been a lot of good time playing around with it and everything. Today I am going to do a little demo on coring out a bowl. So I recently was able to get a coring system. I got the one-way coring system, and I want to give a huge shout out to everybody who's been supporting my live streams and watching me. Because of your generosity and donations, you know, I was able to pick up this coring system. Let's see if I can physically pick it up because it's super heavy. So we got the one-way coring system right here, and I have a nice big piece of, not super big, it's actually maybe a little small to core, not too small, but you can definitely core much larger pieces. But this is a piece of figured maple. It's about 4 1/4 inches thick, a little over 10 inches in diameter, so I'm not going to get a huge core out of the middle of it, but it's really, I can already see the figure. That's probably chainsaw marks that you guys are seeing, but there's definitely figure in there. This came from Bob Close in Wisconsin. A friend of mine, Nick Ferry, he's good friends with Bob, and Bob gave him a blank to send to me a while back, and it's just sort of been sitting and waiting. I haven't had a chance to use it yet. So I'm excited to have the coring system so I can save something out of the middle of it and give it like a, you know, instead of making the shavings all over the ground. Let me switch to the overhead camera here. I've got a chuck with 4-inch jaws on there. I'm going to do this on the screw chuck. I'll start out just roughing it to round and putting a tenon on the bottom. Then we'll flip it around, and I'll kind of show you how I'm going to set up for to make the cores. Well, just the one core, because it's a smaller piece. So what's everybody up to? How's it? It looks like it's been going good. I've been trying to catch a lot of the demos. Sometimes with kids, it makes it a little bit hard. I saw the one that Scott Grove did with the inlay of the wire. Man, that was so cool. I really, really want to try that. I think that would be really beautiful on the outside of a bowl. I even stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning so I could see Jamie's as well, which was fun. Okay, how about we get we'll get that view there, see what we're working with. So it's not, like I said, it's not a big giant piece of wood, but it'll be nice to make sure it's nice and tight. It'll be nice to save some out of the middle of it, and it's fun to practice. Uh-oh, I have 2 streams going. I hope not. That I don't know how to fix quickly. Hold on. Let's see here. At least not without messing something up. I think I might have had like I did a test one earlier, like yesterday. but I thought it was whatchamacallit. I thought it was a private one. Maybe I have the stream key messed up. Something, I don't know. Let's see, live. I'm just searching the lives real fast. Oh, I do have. One is testing and one is virtual craft fair. Okay. So, how do I turn this one off? The fun of technology, huh? Well, I don't know. Maybe people can watch both. Hopefully it's not going to ruin anything, because I'll be honest with you, I definitely don't want to screw this up. So let's do some turning. Woo! I'm going to start with my 5/8 bowl gouge. This is made by Thompson. It's Jimmy Clue's signature bowl gouge. I got links in the description to Jimmy's website. You can check out all his tools. They're amazing. I've been using them for a long time, and I really, really love them. I love the quick releases, and the tool steel is all made by Thompson here in America, so great stuff. Okay, I just put my face shield down, so I don't know if it's going to sound... Let me know how it sounds with a face shield. Hopefully good. Ooh, so what I'm going to do, I need to flatten off the bottom a little bit so I know where I'm going to put my tenon. So that's what I'll start with. Make sure we're cutting on the center line. I need to drop my tool rest just a little bit. I'm a kind of a mouth breather too, so hopefully I don't mouth breathe you to death. Should we do some picture-in-picture? I don't know how the picture-in-picture will work. Let's see if it'll be too big. Hey, the other picture, I can change it. I'm just messing around. A little bit muffled, but still great. All right, cool. Yeah, it's probably going to sound a bit different. All right. Let's get it rolling. Since I'll be coring it out too, I have my machine of the belt put on the lower setting, so it's going to have a lot more torque, which is good for the hollowing out. Don't want it bouncing too much. Running a just under 600. I got the flute closed down. I'm just dragging with the wing of the tool, trying to make a flat bottom. Okay. I'm not super concerned with the outside being flat, just more along in here where my tenon's going to be. That's going to all get wasted away in just a minute anyways. Make sure we're nice and tight. Okay, and then I'm going to mark out I gotta reposition my little microphone thing. Just fell off. This is all new for me. It's pretty cool, like trying to figure all this stuff out. So I got my my center right there. I want to put about a 4, and the tenon I'm going to use about 4 1/4. So I'll come out 2 1/8, maybe just a hair over. Close enough. Then I'm going to use my parting tool. Again, this is my 1/2 inch. They're super versatile. So I don't want to come in straight. I'm going to come in just a bit of an angle, put a dovetail on it to match the angle of my Vic Mark jaws. We'll go about 1/4 of an inch in. So now that we know where that's going to be, I'm going to start taking some stuff away on the sides. So again, I'm going to use the wing of the tool. I'm going to support the tool. Can't see that, can you? I'm going to be supporting the tool with my body, my hand, and on the tool rest, and moving my whole body with it'll be about a 45-degree angle. We're just cutting again with the wing of the tool. I'm not really concerned about like riding the bevel or anything like that right now. All I want to do is just kind of waste away material so I can clear out where that tenon is and get a shape on the outside. This is just like rough shaped. This thing keeps coming loose. It's got the top of it is a little bit wonky. There we go. Okay. I'll put that back so you can kind of see as well the shape that I'm doing from the top and the bottom. We'll stop, move the tool rest in a little bit, spin it, make sure it's not going to hit. There's still some moisture in this blank, so that's why we'll rough turn it. It's not 100% dry. I'm going to stop, move the tool rest. Now that I've got some of that taken away on the outside, I'm going to flatten off the top. How about if we, oh, hey, there's me. Let's switch to that overhead view. You can kind of maybe see a little bit better of how I'm doing this. Similar, but I'll be pushing across, supporting the tool on my hip, in my hand, resting it firmly down on the tool rest. My fingers are acting as a depth stop, so my tool doesn't go too far in. I've got the flute about 45 degrees, and I'll just enter slowly. I always watch the profile too. You can kind of see if there's any high spots. This one I bandsawed it, so it's pretty smooth. So I still see a little bit of a ghost. This stuff is hot, let me tell you, coming off there. I've still got a bit of moisture in, but the outside is, or the shavings coming off the outside, yeah, they're still a little warm. Okay, so we're nice and flat there. And now I'm going to work on getting rid of this corner here. So work on getting a nice smooth transition. I'm going to come in to the bottom now and sort of expose that tenon. And then that'll allow me, once I get that cleared off, I can start to put the final shape on the bowl. This again with draw cuts. Using the wing of the tool, I'm just kind of squeezing my hand. Should we go with there we go. So as I get down there, that's probably as far as I can go with this larger tool. So I'm going to switch real quick to a spindle gouge. This is just a little 3/8 spindle detail gouge. And I'll use that to clean up the last little bit so I have a nice flat, woo, got in there a little too much, so I have a nice flat shoulder for the face of the jaws to rest against, right inside there. And there's my little catch. That's alright, it's all coming off anyways. So now that we've got our tenon and a nice little flat surface for our jaws to rest against, I'll mark maybe about right there, and I'll start working on the shape. So I'm going to move my tool rest here, come back with my 5/8 bowl gouge, and I'll slowly start easing over these corners that I've got. There's quite a bit more material that I'll have to remove out of here. The goal is to get a nice flowing curve from the bottom to the top. Getting a little bit far out over the tool rest there. I'm going to come over here and take a little bit more of this away. Kind of set myself up to get a nice little foot, sort of a foot. And since it's just going to be rough shaped, I'm not going to be really concerned about it. Let me move this a little bit so I can kind of start working on the top a little too, and make these transitions match. And again, I'm not looking for perfection here, since it's just getting rough turned. Maybe a little more out of the top here from that side, or not the top, but sort of the bottom area. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit better. I'm going to use sort of a shear scrape also. Again, it's not perfect, or it doesn't need to be, since it's just a roughed out bowl. But this is a great opportunity to practice, kind of refine shapes and practice your push cuts and things like that for the time when it is going to matter. You know what I mean? When I'm putting the final shape on this. Maybe I can bring that. See if I can bring the camera in a little bit. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the figure on this piece, but man, that is going to be a really, really nice bowl. Let's see about bringing the... Uh-oh, my new laptop's all covered with shavings. Sorry about the blowing on your ears there. So let's see if I can pull it down. Ooh, drop my little clip. Yeah, you can see some of the figure through there. We got a little bit of tear out, but again, this is just a rough turn. But yeah, there's going to be some nice figure in that piece. So, one last step I want to do. Actually, you know what? I'll do that when I flip it around. So this is essentially it. I'm going to move my tool rest out of the way. And I'm going to take this out and we'll switch it around. What microphone am I using? It is from Amazon. I don't know. I could get you a link for it for sure, but it doesn't like have a brand name. It's not like a, Audio Technica or something like that. Oh yeah, I forgot there is the other one, huh? There's the other stream going. I screwed up my stream keys, so lesson learned. So we got it out of there. What are we looking at for time? 18 minutes down. Not too bad. Okay. Now the nerve-wracking part. I don't know if it is for anybody else. Making sure you got the right size tenon. Oh yeah, we're good. So I've got a little bit of room to work with too. It could be a little bit smaller, but cool. So we'll flip that around. One thing I wanted to make mention of is right here at the top, the bottom of the bowl and the face of the jaws. You should always be dead flat there, or maybe slightly undercut, so it's resting firmly against the face of the jaws, and that's where you're going to get a whole lot of strength when you're hollowing. So if you've got any kind of gap there, it might cause flex, and if you get a catch, snap your tenon off. So it's always important to properly size the tenons. I know sometimes it's hard too if you don't have a whole bunch of jaw options, but yeah, do what you can to get at least another set or two of jaws, and it'll make your chuck more versatile, and it'll make it a little bit safer for the turning. So I'm going to flatten off the top of this. It's you can kind of see it from the top. You see right where the heart was, so it's got a little bit of a hump right there. It's had some movement. So I'm going to take I don't know if I can move this back any. Let's see. So I'm going to flatten off the top quickly, then I'm going to mark out for where I'm going to do my core. Actually, you know what? One step I forgot. Let's see. We got to set the coring tool up for the depth, or how thick we want the bottom. So let me grab that, and we'll do that quickly. And I'll mark it out. Let me switch you also. Let's pull that camera up like that. Move it a little. Maybe just a slightly better position. So I purchased an excellent online instructional from Glenn Lucas on how to use the one-way coring system. This is, full disclosure, only the second time I've ever used this thing. I'm not an expert by any means, so if you have one of these or even are interested in getting one, I would highly recommend getting the demo that Glenn did. I think it was $10 or $12 or something like that, and you can download it. You watch it as many times as you want. I probably already watched it like 4 or 5 times at least, just front to back, figuring out exactly how to use this thing. So previously, before the stream, when I first got everything in, got it all set up, I got the height of the knife set. So on these knives, let's do split screen. There we go. So the knives can be set. the height of the knife and the height of the, I forget which this one is called. This is the cutter, and this is, I think, like the writing knife or something like that. But so it's got an adjustment on there. You would loosen your set screw or the nut and then adjust your set screw. So I've got this set to where the tip of the knife is basically right in line with the center of the lathe. So I put a 4-prong drive in my chuck. It's got a nice sharp point on it, and so I got the tip of the tool right on line with the tip of the 4-prong drive. And then for the support, that's what it is, the support knife. So for the support knife, you want instant, as soon as the front of the knife touches the support knife, you want it to be right underneath there. So there's always support at the very tip, or as close to the very tip as you can get. So I've also set that one up, so that one should be good to go. What I need to set right now is the how thick I want essentially want the bottom of the bowl. There we go. I want to give a shout out to my friend Billy too for building me a DIY little tightening system, so I don't have to use the wrenches. I saw in Glenn's demo the one that he uses or he produces, and I was like, man, that thing is really cool. And I have a super talented friend who I know can make one of these, and all I did was send him a text, and then like a couple hours later he was like, hey, I have this thing, and I was like, whoa, sweet. So what we're gonna do here, we want to set up how thick we want the bottom of the bowl, including how thick the tenon is. So I've got about 1/4 of an inch on the tenon, and I want about 1 inch for the thickness on the bottom of, the total thickness. So we're going to go 1.25 inches from the face of the jaws to the outside part of the knife. See when it's right in the middle. So we're just about there. We gotta bump it back just a touch. A little bit more. I want to make sure we're square with the bedways too. All right, just a touch more, and that should do it there. Glenn recommends using a little piece of plywood, which I do not have right now. So what I'm going to do is mark the position just with a marker. That's where we're going to come back into, that line right there. Okay, so I need to next up move the coring system out of the way. I'll just slide it back so I can get the bowl blank in. Get it nice and tightened down. Cool. All right. Next up, I'm going to flatten off the top of it. Let me move that camera just a touch. Let me bring this one in a little. Cool. This is going to take some getting used to, playing with all these cameras and stuff. I'm used to just switching to one camera, and that's it. I apologize too. I haven't been paying attention to the comments, so maybe I should take a quick break. I do need a drink also. Yo, came back just in time. Shout out Zach for the $10 super chat. Oh, can't see any messages. How about that one? You can check out BraxtonWirthlin.com. But yeah, I'll jump over to the chat and see what's going on. Because we got, about a half an hour? No problem. We should be golden. I'm going to scroll back up a little. See if I can see anything. Oh, Patrick. Shout out Patrick for the $10 super chat too. My goodness. I have been missing stuff. Been too busy. Okay, so the last question I did see was Hodgepodge Woodworks. Okay, what microphone? And I can't tell you for sure. The numbers on the side are MPH-05. It was around $50 on Amazon. So far it's working good. All right, enough of that. Ooh, there's some shavings in my water too. Let's get back to the task at hand. I'll switch to this camera for now, and I'll just flatten off the top, and then we'll mark out where we're going to do the core. Again, just sort of a draw cut. Seems I need to raise up the tool rest just a little. Might as well slide it in while I'm at it too, huh? Okay. This is a hard maple, and it's definitely hard. I can tell. One thing I can do also, come in with the wing or with the nose of the tool, clean it up. So we're just about there. We'll call that good. Flat enough. Okay. Now let's do some measuring. Measure? How do you guys say it? You measure or do you measure? Seems like I always get crap for how I say it. Get the old pencil sharpened. Oh, anybody got kids starting school soon? My goodness. My kids are about to start school. Distance learning. It's going to be pretty intense. So we are 9 7/8 off each side. I want to leave about an inch on the wall thickness. Doesn't have to be super big. So I'm going to come in, we'll say, about an inch. So that's where the outside of my knife will be. They are, the knives are, let's see, 3/8 of an inch. So from there, 3/8 there. So that's where our core is gonna start. So from there to there. So we'll end up with about a 7-inch. Not really big, but like I said, it's fun to do. I hadn't had a chance to do it live yet, so I just wanted to I figured it'd be a good opportunity to test out the coring system, say thank you to everybody who's been supporting the stream and helped me get this thing, and then also save some wood at the same time of this beautifully figured maple. So I think we are good to go for that. We're going to slide our tool back, or our coring tool, back up to the marks that we made. Back these off. Slide it in so that it's even with that, and is gonna come in right between those two. Okay, I'm gonna take my square, make sure we're pretty well square on with that. Right between those marks. Okay, that should do it for that. Now I'm going to lock everything down. I'm going to slide up my support knife so that it's nice and close to where it needs to be. Well, you can't see too good from that one. How about we... oh, that's not what I want to do. That's what I'm looking to do. Okay. So you kind of see a little bit of both what's going on. There we go. Yes, this is a one-way coring system. Okay, so we're set up there. I'm going to bring my support knife up nice and close. Take a spin. Make sure nothing is hitting or rubbing. And I'm going to lock this in place. Going to get... One Way provides you with a handle for this, but it's not very good. And when you got high class, you use high class, you know what I'm saying? And of course, these expertly machined, wonderful Jimmy Clues quick releases fit perfectly on here and provide a wonderfully comfortable handle for coring. So that's what I'm going to use. Double check, because I know I just tightened everything down, but let's just do it one more time, because why not? There we go. All right. Everything's free. Nothing's rubbing. We're going to turn the lathe on. Bring the speed down to around 500. Are we there? 450. Let's see. I wish I had a little bit better of an angle for you on this one. Yeah, that's probably gonna have to do it right there, huh? Okay, let's I'll get you in on some. There we go. Okay, so we're about 450 right now. Here we go. I'm going to keep downward pressure on the knife. Put my face shield down. Yeah, this is dry stuff. Hold on 1 second. Woo! Yeah, this stuff is a little bit dry. It's coming along good, but it's shaking my whole lathe. I don't know if you guys can see it bouncing around, but my goodness. Here we go. Yeah, this one shouldn't take too long to get to the bottom of it, but like I said, it's a little bit dry. There's some moisture. Once I get down a little further, hopefully it'll get a little bit easier.
Woo! Yeah, that's loud. Making it dance. Okay, we're going to stop there.
Once we get into about there, I'm going to reposition the support knife and have it go inside the cut, so it supports the knife as it travels inside. Maybe. There we go. Like I said, you guys are kind of learning along here with me too. So, as Glenn says, you put it in until it kind of stops, and then you just sort of back it out a little bit so it's not fully resting in the bottom. Ideally, I'd have a nice green piece of wood here, but I live in the desert, and those are hard to find. Make sure we've still got support coming in. Cool. Here we go again.
Now he's got to pull it back to clear the shavings. All right, we're going to stop again.
Reposition the support knife. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to using this a lot more. There we go. So we're going to be probably maybe right there. So not too much longer. We'll have this thing cored out. We still got like 20 minutes. I might be able to even maybe turn this little first one and see how it comes out. We'll clear any shavings out of there and get going again.
As I got inside, it's gotten a lot easier, a lot less vibration. You can hear it coming around. I think we're going to be, there it goes. Perfect.
So let me grab that off the ground. And there it is. Like I said, not a huge bowl, but a nice little piece that I've saved from becoming shavings on the ground. But yeah, this, I'll tell you what, this little coring tool is pretty awesome. So yeah, what do we got? 18 minutes left. I will take that time to thin this out. It's a little bit fat right here, so I'm going to pull the coring tool off, and I'm going to put my tool rest back in, and I'll take some shavings out of that one. Bada bing, bada boom. Pick a few things up off the ground too, get it out of the shavings. It's always nice to have a little success on it, especially on a live stream when there's question mark amount of people watching. Oh, 131? Wow. Is that current? How many people are watching right now? My goodness, that's a lot. Hello, everybody. Yeah, that's fun. I can put a little tenon on there. Have a nice, cool little bowl. But yeah, let me put my bowl gouge back on, and I will thin this one out just a bit. One thing I want to do also is make sure, oh yeah, we're nice and tight in there. Cool. Yeah, so I'm going to go for a pretty even wall thickness right the way down. Let me, I think, yeah, that should be a decent angle. Maybe I can come up a little bit on this camera. Keep it out of the way. There. I'm going to turn the speed up just a bit. Gotta be careful, all these dangling wires. My little microphone wire is getting caught on the end of my lathe. Let's check in to see. That feels pretty good. Maybe just a little heavy through there. A little bit more. Cool. Using the best calipers money can buy. Yeah, I think we're going to be good. I'm a little thick up in here, which is all right because I'm going to put a foot on it. Hopefully I won't get any cracking. We'll see. There's that one. Should we try to mess with the other one? What do we got? Hey, JP. Shout out JP for this super chat. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks again for including me in this too, man. It really means a lot to me. I've had a lot of fun watching everybody, and now I'm having tons of fun participating. I'm going to swap out my chucks real quick. Go with my smaller one, the 100, the Vicmark 100 with a bit smaller jaws on there for this little bowl. I'm going to find my Where'd I put my screw chuck at? Ah. Lucky I got another one. There. You know what I need to do quickly is I forgot to measure the bottom of my jaws. Where's my dividers at? There we go. This will do it. What do we got? We'll be pushing it close. 12 minutes? Whew. I don't know. Can we do it? So that'll be good for that. Tighten that down. Grab my other blank. Since I started it on the screw chuck, still got my, or worm screw, whatever you want to call it. Still got my threads there. There we go. This is going to be extra small bowl. I do like turning these small ones. I like to do a lot of small ones with dyed rims. They're lots of fun. I saw Martin's out there too. I love all your dye work too, Martin. We'll clean up the bottom. Shouldn't need to clean it up. Too terribly much. If you guys got to leave, if I don't finish this in time, no problem. You got to run over. I think Zach is next, right? Is that who's up next? There we go. We don't need a big giant tenon on this one since it's such a small bowl. I actually might switch over to my 1/2 inch bowl gouge as well from the 5/8. Plus it's nice and sharp too. Move that tool rest. Always turn your lathe off before you move your tool rest. All wood turners know it, but no wood turners do it, right? Expose that tenon. Got a nice sharp face for the jaws, and I mean honestly we're not going to need to put too much of a shape on it. Just clean it up. There we go. A couple little cracks I might be able to fill in. I should probably just go green to finish on this one, to be honest with you, since it's so small. And it's not really that green. I got a little bit of bounce. How many got? 9 minutes left. All right. I'm going to crank the speed up a little bit. I'll spare you the sanding since I can do that when it's flipped around. Eight minutes left. I think we might make it. I think we just might make it. because I got to get over and watch Zac too. I'm interested to see what he's got going on. Zac is the reason I am on YouTube right now. I met him at Sin City Woodworkers. I forget how long ago it was. Several years back, at least like maybe 2015, something like that. But he told me about, or like I saw him do the Illuminate demo at the Sin City Woodworkers. And then he was like, yeah, I got this YouTube channel. I'm hosting this contest. It's make a bangle bracelet. And I was like, well, I got a little bit of a background in video production and things like that. I went to school for it, and I always really liked it. And I was into woodworking, so I thought, man, I want to make a YouTube channel and enter this contest. So the first video on my channel is the entry to the Bangle Bowl. And thanks to Zac, here I am. What I want to do is just find the top of that, soften that a little bit. I'm going to have to move my tool rest up just a touch. Not quite on center. We'll scoop it all out of there. How's the shots? Should we adjust a little bit? There, I'm getting too into it. Just quickly hollow this out, and I'll find out if I drilled my screw hole too deep. Then this will be all for nothing. Ooh, still haven't reached the bottom. Let's think about our shape on our rim a little bit. I like to do a little bit of a concave. So that way when somebody grabs it, you know, it kind of draws their fingers in and makes them want to hold it. .4 minutes, cutting it close here, aren't I? Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of thickness at the bottom. We come back. Make it a little thin. Hey, look at that. I didn't blow through the bottom. And I still got a bit of thickness down there too to remove the tenon. So not bad. Got a bit of a issue down at the bottom here. I think my cut was a bit too heavy and it pulled out. Ripped out the last little chunk and got some tear out in the bottom there. I am going to sand this after the fact. Still got 3 minutes left. So last but not least, I got a little bit of some tool marks in there. I'm going to pull out this teardrop scraper. This is another tool available from Jimmy. These are awesome. It's really good for finessing curves and taking out kind of lumps and bumps and things like that. It's not a real aggressive tool. It's just made for kind of the fine details. Cleaning up any tear out you might have or lumps. It's got a great curve on it too, and as you can see, these just beautiful wispy shavings off of there. Hey Carl, thanks for the $5, bud. But yeah, I'm gonna call that good enough. What do you think, folks? 2 minutes to spare. Got a nice little bowl here. Don't look too close at it. Got some marks in there, but I can come back, take care of them. And more importantly, we've got our large one here. So I'd say this was a pretty successful venture at coring. But there they are right there. It's a fun way to be able to save wood. Like I said earlier, I mean, obviously you're going to want to do this with something a little bit larger than this blank, but it's a good time. It's fun to see, you know, how the process is, I guess, if you've never really done it or had any experience with it. So, yeah. What do we say? Head over to Zac's now, right? We're about to shut her down. What's everybody think? Hey! Rebecca DeGroot, thank you. I did beat the clock. I was worried about that. Oh, gotta blow up off my laptop. This is a brand new laptop. This is, believe it or not, the very first brand new computer I've ever had in my whole life. I've been alive for 41 years and I've never had a brand new computer. I have an iMac that was a certified refurbished. There you can see it here. It's even touchscreen. Fancy. Oh yeah. But yeah, so I'm really excited and I don't want to get this thing messed up. But it's 3 o'clock. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to head over to Zac's channel. Everybody do the same. Thank you so much, Jamie, Carl, Jimmy. I want to thank Jimmy Clues too. I wouldn't be here without Jimmy, so shout out Jimmy. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you on Zac's channel.